Hey everyone, welcome back to my build. I apologize for skipping a week. I've been working on replacing or redoing some of the frame pieces that are interfering with the body kit because of the 3D model being wrong. And so let me show you some of what I've done. So the first section I started working on was the driver's side in the rear here. This is where, this is where the frame used to come straight down and sit right there. And what was happening was the inner fender or the inner vent was hitting and wouldn't let me put it into the right position. So I cut all that out. I welded in a 2x3, and then I joined this down to a 45 degree. And I kind of like that. Don't mind the mess under the car. I gotta clean in here still. I was liking that, and so it was working out well. Then I really started to think, I don't like the fact that the main beam is here, and I had to put a filler piece in. So what's the only thing keeping this, when this car is in a stopping motion, it's gonna want to push this corner out. I can see if I can get you. No, you can't see it from that side. Let me try it from this side. So you can see it's coming out right here, and it's gonna wanna push this side outwards, and there's really not much other than the welds here holding that together. So I decided to take a second thought of it, played around on the computer for a bit, and then I came up with this, which I like a lot better. So basically what I have is I'm using the same 1 by 1.5 tubing, and it comes up, comes across, comes straight up here where it ties into the back rail and to the new 45 I put in. And then I also put in a backer piece behind it. I still gotta clean up all the slag junk. And then I have a second one that ties this all the way down to here. I have to replace this piece once I cut it out. It was now too short. But what this does is it kind of ties everything together and ties it to the main bulkhead here, the rear bulkhead. I may put one more brace right here just to kind of help support this, but I don't think I'm gonna need it, especially once I tie this back in. So once that's in and tie it all together, it's gonna make this really nice and strong. I still have to weld this back up. That's an easy one. I just got tired of doing it. Plus, my garage is underneath my house, so we had heavy thunderstorms and rain, and I actually had to open the garage door, throw a couple of sump pumps out there just to pump the water away from the garage because it was almost entering the garage. Yeah, that was fun. So one of the other things I did, let me push this out of the way a little bit, was, let me go back on the other side, otherwise you won't understand. So on the original 3D model that I have, they have it so, I'll back up so you can actually see something. Let me get a view you can see. All right, so in the 3D model, it comes across, it comes down, then they have it going in and coming out, and this is where the rocker ends on the 3D model, or where the rocker should end on the 3D model. When I went to go put the door on, the original door, or the copy of the original door, it was actually hitting right there. So, talking with Wayne and doing some looking on the internet, Wayne's the guy that was building rebuilding the Montague, who's now switched to another project, which is a very nice car. I'll let him reveal that versus me. So, in the original, what it does is it comes straight across here, it angles in, and then from here it just comes straight out. And then you have your firewall, you have this bar here, and then the rocker sits out over here somewhere. And also, if you remember, on the back side, see if I can do this now. I need more room in here. On the back side here, this should be angled up higher. And then down here, it actually needs to be a little lower. So moved forward some and a little lower. So back to the other side again. So what I did on this side was I just cut the whole thing out. You can see the remnants. I still gotta finish cleaning these up, cut these off, and I just cut them off quick, but I gotta clean all that up. And what I did was I brought the bar straight out, and then actually this front bar and this side rail now actually tie together, and then I welded this in, which goes across it, and then I redid this main bar right here, which is nice and straight now. And then what I can do is I think it's from about here, I got the dimensions over on the desk. So from here, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna tie into here, and then I'll put in a couple of supports along the way. Obviously these will be cut out and cleaned up. Once all that's done, then I can finally, I'll go back on the other side one more time. Then I can finally come over, I'll do the exact same thing on this side. Then comes the other fun part, is I need to rebuild this. Let me back this up. Okay, I need to rebuild this, and I need to raise it up. I forgot the dimension again. I got that over in the corner there. I can leave this bar in place, but what's gonna happen is I gotta move this forward, lift it up, and instead of it being one straight bar like it is, don't mind this. This is just here to help hold the top from moving. It kept wanting to slide over on me. This will come out. But the bar is gonna come across. It's gonna angle, a 90-degree angle, come up and then come back across to almost where it is now. But it's gotta come from about here out to match the lines. So that means this piece can stay. I'll reuse this, but this needs to come out and these two bars need to come out. Hey, it gives me a chance to fix it because I wanted to put it flush on this side anyway. And then the other part I'll have to do is obviously I'll have to cut these out. This section here, this front piece actually moves forward. I think it's 22 centimeters, so we'll just go with that for right now. Like I said, I got the dimensions, so I'll have to cut those out, move that forward, extend the, not my tape measure here, extend the center console bars, touch it, and then these will no longer touch here. So I don't know if I'm gonna tie them in or if I might just cut them down here or take them out. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. But all these mistakes have been costly, not only in time, which has been almost a month now trying to fix these, but I'm out of the 1.5 by 1 tubing. I think I have a small piece left over there, so I'll have to place another order for that. I don't know how much that's gonna cost. I just gotta go upstairs and find it. But you can see here, a little hard to see, but this is the actual frame rail for the door, or the rocker side, whatever you want to call that. I can't think of the name right now. That's down there, so I'm gonna clean that up. I'll reuse that for the angle piece in there. I think it's actually, I think I gotta cut it on a 4-degree angle to get it to be the right angle. It's not much, but it's enough. By the time you get over that distance, it goes across. So once that's done, I'll then be in a position to be back to where I was. I'll do any little final things that I need to do, and then I can actually start putting the body back on yet again and making some of these pieces. For those that are ambitious enough to try this, make sure that you get a frame that's been designed to fit a car versus using a 3D model and thinking you got it, because it does take a lot of back and forth and trial and error. You just can't be afraid to cut it out. So this whole section that I redid, so happily that I redid, is all coming out. This whole rocker set is coming out. And I've been updating my blueprints so that way if I want to repeat this, I can. I got to do one more weld right here. I just didn't finish that weld yet. I got a few things in here I had to cut in order to move this thing around a little bit, so I just got to clamp those back up and weld them back up. that's about it, I think, for now, until I find the next problem. But hey, it's all part of it. All right. Oh, I did, excuse me, I did want to point out, I picked up a set of C5 Corvette frame rails. I got two of them right there. There's one under there, and then these two right here. And what that'll do is it'll give me the ability, you can see these are the fronts right here. It'll give me the ability to mount this to my cradle and finish putting in all the brackets and whatnot. So when I go to transfer it to this car, they'll all line up. The cradle, the control arms will fit in nice and tight. I won't have to worry about any of that alignment. And then I also have the shock mount, which I'm doing in coilovers. So I don't know if I'm gonna go with the Corvette style and just mimic this exactly, or if I'm going to decide to use the universal QA ones and just make different brackets, but in the same aspect. I also have to figure out what coilovers everybody's using as far as spring rate, and also I would need to find out what their angle is, so that way I could translate the spring rate to an actual rate. So that's the update for right now. It always seems like you go 2 steps forward, 4 back, but I'm not building this on a timeline. I'm just building this for fun, doing it when I can, when I'm not bailing out my my garage from flooding. It's all part of it. It's a fun project. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll talk to you next week or so. Thanks, and bye.